everyone, today I'm gonna share with you how to make the phone pouch or crossbody bag. I have it in here. This is the body of the pouch, and I have cut in here one main side and 3 linen fabric and 2 heavyweight interfacing, and the side 6.5 inches by 8.5 inches. So I have 2 interfacing, and I'm going to take one main side out and one linen side out, and I keep 2 for the body of the pouch, the bag. So you going to iron the back side on each of this, iron the interfacing on. This one is for the main side of the bag, so iron it in here. And now this is the flap, and I have cut here the main side and the lining and one interfacing. The side I cut it in here 6.5 by 7 inches long, and on the side of this I am going to round this corner with 1.5 inches. Rooster, the flap is gonna go from the top down, so I want this round one to be on the bottom of the rooster. So I'm gonna place it in here. You can see I cut in the same side of this, so you're going to iron in here. After that, you're gonna place the right side to the right side to sew a quarter up and end seam allowance. You're gonna sew around. It's gonna curve on to this side. Sew this after you iron. I just skip the iron part to go it quicker because this is everyone easy. After I sew around here, I'm going to trim this a bit because I cut the interface in the same side with the fabric. So usually if I cut the interface in a quarter of an inch smaller than the fabric, then I don't have to trim. But because I cut the same side, so all you need to do is just trim this. There's no zigzag needed. Just cut straight out. You going to top stitch, iron this, the whole thing, and then top stitch around this here. And this one right here, this is for the outside pocket of the pouch, and the side is 6.5 inches by 11 inches long. Linen fabric is the same size, with it 6.5 inch by 11. Place it on the back side of the fabric, and you're going to iron this here. I'm gonna fold it in half. You're going to top stitch on the fold here. So after I top stitch in this, and this is the 2 opening, 6.5, 8.5, we're gonna bring back, this is the main side of this. We're going to place it right on the bottom here. Make sure everything is lined up evenly. You're going to sew here, and then sew here. Sew very close to the side. You don't need to do a quarter up and then just sew close to the. So after I sew this together, I'm gonna put this on the side, and I'm going to bring back the second piece, the back side of this piece, 6.5 by 8.5. I'm gonna fold it in half. At the center, and the flap here, I'm going to fold it in half too. And I'm going to place the right side facing down. You're going to sew this straight line. I also cut in here 2 inches by 50 inches long. I fold it in half and then fold in half and half again. You're gonna sew the top and the bottom all the way. So after I sew on this, I'm gonna cut about 2 inches and just put this on the side. So everyone, after I sew this here, I'm going to place the right side to the right side and make sure everything is lined up perfectly. So now you're going to sew this side 1/8 of an inch all the way down, all the way here, and all the way up. And after I sew on this, you going to sew this one. This is the 2 for the lining. This lining piece you're going to sew together, but you're going to leave on the side about 2 or 3 inches. I would do 3 inches open, so let's just do it here. So 1/8 of an inch, you're gonna sew it here, down here, close this, going all the way up. So everyone, after I sewed it here and up here, leave it here open about 3 inches and go all the way up. I sew about 1/8 of an inch seam allowance, and here I have cut 3/4 of an inch, so almost 1 inch the square. So I'm gonna go around and I'm going to mark that so I can box the corners. So when you box the corner, you're going to fold this thing. Then you see the corner from the square and the corner of this square match. That's how I do the corner. Okay? Alright, so pin this, and then you're going to sew on the line that you just draw. So do that to all 4 corners and then sew here. Same thing to this one. You see how easy that is? Just go right here, push this in, and then the corner here and the corner over here that match perfectly. Just like that. You're gonna sew this. So on the side. Do this to this side. Same. If you want, you can trim a little bit here too. If you like to, you feel free to to trim this if you want. If not, it's okay. Trim a little bit on the side. If you don't want to, it's okay to leave it that way. So look at all the cutting and mess. Let me just clean this up. This is the main side. Got this sew line right here. I'm gonna bring back this one that I cut earlier. I'm gonna fold in half this way, and then I'm going to go right into the center of this. See that sew line? Place it right there, I'm gonna just clip it down. This one right here, one end, I'm going to place it right in here, right in the middle of this. Just like that. Clip this. You can sew this down if you want to sew it, and sew it. Right side still there. I'm gonna bring this and put it right inside of this. Put everything inside. So a 1/4 seam allowance, so the whole thing on the top here. Everyone, after I sew the top, I'm gonna go and inside out this. Gonna make sure you're gonna pull this opening. Just put your finger right at the opening and pull it, and then you have this like fold out for you. You're going to sew this opening space back in. Everyone, after I sewed it in here, and I'm gonna stuck that back inside. Make sure everything is straight and line up nicely. You're going to iron this. I already did iron around, so just like that. On the top here, you're gonna make sure you iron all around, okay? Because I already did. And make sure on the corner right here, you're gonna fold it like this and fold it this way, and then you're going to iron this line so it goes like this on the bottom of the back. And on the top here, you're gonna go and top stitch all around the top here. I'm taking one side of the magnet, and then I'm going to add this is for easier for me. You don't have to do it, okay? I'm gonna add the double side tape, and I'm going to place it in here so half an inch away, and I'm going to sew it. I'm gonna slide the needle underneath here and go and slide the needle on one side of the fabric right here. I don't go to the main side, and I go up and about 3 times on each side, and then I go to the next one. And when you're done, so on this side, you're going to fold out an inch away. Make sure everything is even and press this down. When you press this down, you have the mark, and then you're going to place the other side and sew exactly like that. Everyone, after I sew the button and that one on, we have pocket here and then the pocket there. It's good for the phone. So we go into this one, the name tag. You can sew at the same as you sew on the button, so go right in the center. From here you can sew that in here, but that's optional. If you don't want to, you don't have to. That little symbol, but it's very helpful. Go right in the middle with double side tape. Place it right there. When you sew, you're gonna sew on this 2 holes just like you sewed the button, okay? And so for this one right here with the strap, you're gonna make sure it's not twist. Go around all the way to this side. I have the hook right here. Go on one side, place it in here, and I go fold it in 1/4 inch, and I fold it down 1/2 inch and sew this sew this end together. And this one right here, you can just the biter, it's selling the same with the ring and the hook, so check in my description for that. That is that, everyone. I sewed the name tag and everything in here, and this strap right here I already sewed the end to this, so everything is ready. I'm just putting things in here, but you do whatever you want to do. You can put anything you want, okay? I'm just putting the wallet. You can put many if you want to. I'll just give you an idea how to make them, but you use it whatever you want to. So keep putting more and more. This is good for the phone and some, you know, some other thing. And then you have phone you can put on the side, and it's easy to take in and out just like that. That is that, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. Let me just, I forgot, let me just show you how tall this is. This is 8.5 inches in the bottom here. This is 4 and 3/4 up an inch. On the top flap is 5 and 3/4 up an inch, and the corner of this is 1.5 inches. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for the people who always support my channel by like the video, comment on the video, and your donation is truly appreciated. Stay safe, everyone. Love you. Take care.